Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to introduce you to some of the most fascinating people and extraordinary businesses in the country. We'll take you inside a $14 million yacht and meet the people who built it. Then discover the world of motocross and learn what it takes to be a top-of-the-line chef. And finally, meet a group of doctors and clinicians who are doing cutting-edge work treating and beating cancer. It's all ahead on Trending Today. Hi, I'm Miranda Kahn, and welcome to Trending Today, a program dedicated to bringing you stories on some of the most interesting and successful people and the business they have built. These are American success stories at their best. Let's get started on the high seas and the world of custom-built yachts. Seeing is definitely believing with these one-of-a-kind ships.
Back in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, there was one man whose name was synonymous with luxury boating, Jack Hargrave.
He had a signature style that after a while people could look at a boat and say, that's a Hargrave.
After Jack Hargrave's death in the mid-1970s, Michael Joyce approached Hargrave's widow with his vision of how to run the company.
So I had a meeting with Janet and Jack's mother, who was still alive. She must have been in her 90s, and they had heard all these schemes and dreams from everybody, and I presented my plan, and they looked at each other and they go, that's the plan. Janet says, give him the keys to the front doors.
For more than 30 years, Michael Joyce has maintained Hargrave's Custom Yachts' reputation for the ultimate in luxury boating.
You've got to fit a lot of information into a very small square footage, and it's always challenging.
Shelley designed the interior for the Hargrave 125 yacht. In the main salon, there is seating for 8 to 12 people, a full-service bar, and a television.
It's a very luxurious area. It's inviting, open, comfortable, but still is very, very upscale.
A kiln-baked glass panel echoes the ripple effect of the ocean and divides the main salon from the dining area. Engineered zebra wood, made from laminated black ebony and maple, creates a striking horizontal pattern. Round that corner and you get the full impact of the dining room.
It's a beautiful long table with, again, carrying the same features of the gloss walnut with the inlaid zebra wood, and Kim Siebert accents all over it. It's a gorgeous setting.
Custom cabinetry keeps service for 12 immaculate.
One of the features I'd like to show you in the dining salon is our custom glass rack. All the cabinetry and all of the space is designed exclusively just for each item.
The quality of food is one of the most important things on a functioning yacht. The galley is designed with very upscale finishes, but it has all the function of a professional kitchen.
And there's also a trend nowadays to have almost like a celebrity chef in the kitchen. So a lot of people like to sit around the area in the kitchen and talk with the chef and watch him cook.
There are 4 staterooms, each with a king bed and an in-suite bath.
The master has a his and a hers bath with a huge shower in the center between the 2 rooms.
In the pilot's house, there's 20 linear feet of sofas to lounge on. And then upstairs is the open flybird with another steering station for the captain.
There's lots and lots of seating up there. There's a huge bar up there with all upholstered leather seats.
There are 2 dining tables that have really beautiful poly stainless high-lows that work on remote, so the tables can be raised or lowered. There's a large jacuzzi, a cooking station with 2 sets of sub-zero drawers to keep food fresh. There's an electric grill and a propane grill, tons of storage and coolers, and 4 more lounge chairs for sunning.
They are a floating city. They actually have their own sewage treatment plant. They have their own power plants that'll run everything.
We're a fully self-contained city where all we need is diesel fuel to create our own electricity, create our own water, treat our own waste, and we're good to go as long as we have diesel.
During the 20 months that it takes to construct the Hargrave 125 yacht, Michael is hands-on to see that everything is custom built exactly right.
We are the only yacht manufacturer right now that is building truly custom boats from the keel up. We will do our own hulls, one-off superstructures, and anything else is all one-off. There are no 2 boats are alike.
Hargrave fulfills the dreams that their customers have worked their whole life to achieve.
What happens at the end is they don't realize it in the beginning, but as they go through it and they get to the end, they realize it was just an incredible once-in-a-lifetime experience. And when they're done, there's this humongous sense of excitement when it shows up, and frequently husband and wife will both actually cry. They go, I knew it'd be great, I didn't know it'd be this great.
Let's go from the sea to the land, dirt in particular. Our next profile is on a family of innovators who are taking the world of motocross by storm.
Motocross racing has never been more popular than it is right now. And in just about every race you'll see the KTM brand motorcycles dominating the track. In Stuart, Florida, there is a small family business that is thriving making custom parts for those KTMs.
WMR was a race shop, started in 1999, basically focusing on motocross motor suspension and modifications to the amateur and professional motocross industry. And then we started dabbling in a few parts here and there, making some parts, aftermarket things to sell, and it just grew from there.
What Bob likes best is to make a bike fit the rider.
You can move a foot peg 5 millimeters and people can feel it on a dirt bike, so it's a very in tune. People are very in tune with the motorcycles and how they feel, so everything we do is meant to make it more comfortable for them.
Fixing the problems that all riders encounter, that's what really challenges Bob.
We start with an issue, a problem we've had with the bikes, something that bends or breaks or doesn't last good enough, and we design it, computer SolidWorks program, go from that program to the computer, the prototype one, and then after we prototype it, we test it, make a few changes, and go from there.
This may be a family-run business, but it's no mom and pop. Their headquarters in Stuart, Florida takes up 13,000 square feet, and they sell these American-made products all over the world. Bob's son Joe owns Nihilo Concepts and works with him in the business. He got hooked on motocross as a kid.
Me and my brother rode. My dad supported us all the way through. And as of now, I don't ride as much anymore because I'm working too hard, but I still like the ride, yeah.
That passion that he learned as a racer still fills just about all of Joe's waking thoughts.
I think about this stuff as I'm going to sleep at night and of parts we can make, and I get excited about a part. A new part comes out, I'll stay till midnight or all the way through the night to finish it up and get a part on a bike.
Someone comes in with a problem or a part that they need to have modified. Joe makes the process sound so easy.
We'll start off basically sometimes with a cardboard and a piece of paper. We'll cut it out, make sure we like the idea. From there we'll make something manually on the manual machine, mock it up, try the test fit, then my dad will design it. And after that, I'll start cutting it, and within hours, we can have a working prototype.
They started with a single machine that they bought from a newspaper ad.
It's just grown and grown. We always talked about, all we need is one machine, and now we have, 4 or 5, and we need more.
Joe's brother Bobby also works with them in the business and has been involved in motocross racing almost his whole life, too.
Started about 10 years old. When you're involved in motocross, it's you and your family, whether it be your mom or dad, brother, sister. Everybody goes to the races, spends the weekend together, and there's a lot of life lessons to be learned.
Bobby is the machinist who brings those prototypes to life.
That the material rolls in, it's cut to size, and it's carved into something that, it's put on a dirt bike, so from nothing to something.
Bob and his son sell the custom-made parts under the brand name Nihilo Concepts, a spin on a Latin expression that means from nothing, something.
It has kind of a Hawaiian sound and a tropical sound. Being from Florida, it just kind of fit in.
Rob Fox met Bob and Joe years ago racing. Now he heads up marketing for their Nihilo Concepts products.
He approached me, and I went to college for marketing as well and had a degree in that, so he approached me and said, come on board and let's get this thing going. So I came on at the very bottom and just trying to help bring it up to the top level as high as I can go. It's pretty cool. It's I've been in motocross my whole life. It's my passion. It's more of a lifestyle for me.
We started with 1 machine, and now we have 4 machines. So God only knows how many we'll have a couple years from now. But it's growing like a weed for sure.
The growth they have experienced has just been phenomenal.
We can't keep up with demand sometimes, so that's a good problem to have, and it makes it exciting as well that people want your products. We'll take pride in American made. It's here, the concept, nothing's outsourced at all. Everything's here from the metal we buy to the machines we have. to anodize. Everything's in-house in America. It's a real pride for sure that I think we need to have.
Up next, have you ever dreamed of being a world-class chef, or do you just like to eat like one? Either way, you're going to love this next story. Let's head down to Miami and a university that is training the next generation of great chefs.
Ever wonder if culinary arts school might be kind of like a high school cooking class from back in the 1960s? This isn't your grandma's home ec class. With spotless state-of-the-art cooking labs and cutting-edge technology, a student at Johnson & Wales will get an incredible hands-on experience.
Here at the Miami campus, I have 17 different labs, and as you tour around the campus, you'll see an array of different courses going on. Everything from stock, soups, and sauces to international cuisine, and that gets into all the products from all around the world.
An accredited university with programs including culinary arts, hospitality, technology, health sciences, and business. Johnson & Wales has schools in Providence, Rhode Island, Charlotte, North Carolina, Denver, Colorado, and North Miami, Florida. The school teaches cooking, but it also teaches so much more.
If you want to be a sous chef, you can be the best sous chef ever. If you want to be a pastry chef, obviously you're going to learn the techniques that you need to be a world-renowned pastry chef. You could be a private chef for a rock star, you could be a corporate chef for a major corporation, or you could learn how to operate your own restaurant like I did.
Being able to cook isn't all there is to running a successful restaurant.
Johnson & Wales has that one class that I used to hate, but it's the most valuable class ever, and that's menu planning, because that will show you how to make a cost-effective menu.
Something else that is unique about the school is its edible gardens.
Well, when we opened 21 years ago here, we started implementing within our landscape some of the edible components with the coconut palms, with tamarind trees, with date palms, and over the years we've been adding to, and over the last 2 to 3 years we've really incorporated a lot of more species into the landscape.
It's all about farm to table freshness.
And I think the school did a phenomenal thing by doing this garden. It's been also quite interesting because we got a global diversity of tropical plants in here, edibles, fruits in particular. So it was fascinating to see some of the things like chocolate. It's something that is very rarely grown in South Florida, let alone in a disturbed urban soil.
We started our garden here in school, and a few weekends ago we planted tomatoes, and I actually, with tomatoes and peppers, we went through, I took out the seeds, dried them out, and then a few weekends ago we planted them. We planted radishes, corn, and they just started sprouting. I water them every day.
And for 7 seasons, students have had a chance to volunteer at an organic farm.
They set up the tables, they interact with the chefs, they serve the hors d'oeuvres, they bus the tables, they interact with the customers, and it's just been this wonderful relationship that's been ongoing, and it feels like we couldn't do the dinners without them now.
And they learn about extraordinary produce.
This is our baby greens, this is our salad mix, and this is, we call it our baby brassica blend. It's mizuna, arugula, several different kinds of mustard, red Russian kale.
And they also learn about incredible edible flowers. Back at school, they try the same type of thing. It's all about teaching farm to table freshness.
We try to teach the students that if we were preparing something, it shouldn't come out of a package. It should be picked up from the garden and try to give the freshest product possible.
For Emily, it's baking and pastry that tapped into her creative spirit.
You can take a week or two to do this magnificent cake and just go all out with it, and it's crazy and artistic and intricate.
When you do the strudel dough, it's essential to get this gluten development.
I thought that baking and pastry would give me a really fantastic creative outlet while still supplying me with a stable job that I earned, a steady income from.
For Ruben, it was service, the front of the house that he wanted to learn.
Most people think about culinary arts and they thought about the cooking. We have some other classes. We have a meat lab class where butchery is learned. We have front of the house classes, which personally is my favorite.
And when they finish, you can tell the students are prepared for just about anything. And they loved the experience.
For me, it's been one hell of a ride. It's been great.
Finally, almost all of us know someone whose life has been affected by cancer. We want to introduce you to a group of doctors and clinicians who are doing cutting-edge work to treat and defeat this disease.
When it comes to healthcare, coordinating physicians, treatment options, and support can be quite a balancing act and confusing for patients. And when it comes to a diagnosis of cancer, that coordination becomes even more critical to patient care.
Today, cancer treatment is very disjointed. When a patient's diagnosed with cancer, first of all, they're faced with all sorts of anxiety. And second of all, they're seeing a disjointed group of specialists and physicians to help them battle cancer.
To me, it's all about the patient care and treating the patient as a whole. You know, patients became number. You know, they were not treated like human beings, and you know that bothered me a lot. I saw how patients were treated, and I said to myself, I can do better than that. You know, and you're gonna make me cry. So.
Dr. Kishore Das set out to improve the level of patient care and change the face of cancer treatment. South Florida Radiation Oncology is one of Florida's leading radiation oncology centers and has been recognized nationally for its commitment to personalized, compassionate cancer care through early detection, diagnosis, and advanced cancer treatment options. According to Dr. Cindy Collins, the center's nutritionist and health psychologist, this comprehensive team approach is unique.
We really are on the cutting edge with medicine. We treat each patient like they're unique, and we follow their unique care all the way through with the nutrition as a tool for their motivation. You never see that.
Susie Lowinger knows firsthand the level of care and treatment provided at South Florida Radiation Oncology. In June 2012, she was diagnosed with stomach cancer.
I went from being a healthy person overnight to being a person with stage 3 stomach cancer.
The care and treatment she received at South Florida Radiation Oncology was, according to Susie, second to none.
It was like a big team. Not only were the leaders outstanding, but every single person that I had contact with seemed to care about me. It made me feel that maybe I would get better.
South Florida Radiation Oncology has also invested heavily in cutting-edge technology in order to provide patients with the latest advances in cancer care.
What we've done is built a comprehensive set of treatment options that include things like this CyberKnife, conventional radiation therapy, as well as brachytherapy as well. We've put that all under one roof so that a patient, when they come with any diagnosis, they're given a suite of options that really make sense for their particular treatment.
You cannot cut corners when it comes to patient care, and that has always been our main goal: is to keep the technology modern, state of the art, and don't cut corners as far as when it comes to purchasing the equipment. Make sure it is the best in the world.
Technology again is extremely important, but it's all the other things that we do that have helped ensure that it's a true competitive advantage.
And that includes the survival clinic. Having noticed a missing link in the chain of patient care, Dr. Das created an outreach center to help patients cope with post-treatment issues.
The survivorship clinic was formed to allow these patients to have a place to go to without having to worry about the finances, insurance, which doctor they belong to. It's open system, free for all patients from everywhere with having some diagnosis of cancer that they've been treated before, after, or presently, and somewhere they can go to and say, hey, you know, I have this problem, I need help.
We have classes, we have Tai Chi, yoga, we do mindfulness meditation, we do relaxation, we have a spouse group, even a healthy brain group for patients who have chemo brain, as they call it, or who just think they're getting older and, you know, need some help with their mind. We have so many things that really point towards all the other aspects of the care for the patient.
The reason that South Florida Radiation Oncology stands out is number one, the high level of patient care. Patient care and customer service is the number one priority. And that makes the difference between other practitioners and other medical centers. Every staff person, every physician, every person involved with the patient shows compassion and care and interest and kindness. Number two is that they have the best people in every profession and they provide everything for the patient that's needed. And number three, they have the best technology. So that's what makes them stand out from everybody else. And every patient will tell you the same thing.
I felt, not that I was special, but that I was really well cared for. I wasn't a number.
We'll be back soon with more profiles of businesses and innovators around the country. I hope you'll join us on the journey. On behalf of all of us at Trending Today, I'm Miranda Kahn. Thanks for watching.